His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
Before we could become journalists today, we are citizens. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on a coercion or sanitary condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working a profession, you got to step down and protect your country, so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong. And no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happen in this country, and people are now seeing it as being right because their side is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up. To be a patriot, you have to stand first on the side of the law, because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on. And these are things that we got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people feel, what kind of side you want to be on. We just got to speak to the truth, and that is very much important.
I see in the next few months a noisy country, a very noisy country, rowdy country, a heavily divided country, a very tough economy, a sense of elitism by those who are coming at the hem of authority. The coming in of the Unity Party is going to multiply the economic woes, the economic conundrum, the economic quagmire, the suffering of the Liberian people is going to multiply. We are not prophets of doom, but the reality will come in.
And why we should go through this rigorous, chaotic, demoralizing, and inexplicable situation after much cogitation on this clandestine and surreptitious, furtive. He said, and I quote, "I am not a magician. Forgetting words are like egg. Once broken, they are gone. Once spoken, they remain indelible in the heart of man." Come to think of it, do they have the powers, the spiritualism, the abracadabra, the voodoo to perform the magic, and as well transmogrifically transmute and transfigurate this ugly, debilitating, and exasperating situation? I saw it. The locution, "I am not a magician," in its jocularity in quote 1. 2, the uncircumscribed bluster and in a vituperative ululation. I saw it in their hocus pocus explicandum, explication, elucidation, where we thought the shibboleth was a travesty and a parody to lampoon the masses expected eleemosynary from the government. After the miserly, the niggardly, the chaser-peering, the penurious, and the parsimonious, that I will say and remind us at this point in time that this is democracy. The government of the people, by the people, and for the people. Not oligarchy, plutocracy, and aristocracy. The catchword, the byword, the shibboleth, the locution, the conversion, the paroxysm, the spasm are counterintuitively excruciating, malodorous, horrendous, odoriferous, and odorous. But I pray that is so much acclimatized transmogrification, is so much acclimatized transmutation. It's not an act of sarcasm. Could it be that we are heading for better days? Could it be the political Moses that will take us to the promised land? Only on this note will I koto in Japoho, or else I will not koto in Japoho.
Sententious, inarticulate, and uncommunicative on this act of recidivism, which is the verisimilitudinous xenophobic attack.
It's in a political hogomondogous way. Yes, the Muay Thai. We are in a debilitating. It's in a political hogomondogous way. 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 Yes, the Muay Thai. We are in a debilitating, lobotomizing, and ignominious political muahaha. Political yoho. Political holy poly. Tell Mr. President, we are tired of their mendacilloquence, prostitute, and Zabanism. Yes, mendacilloquence. Telling lies in an awful way, prostitute, propaganda. It's in a political somnambulism and malocclusion. It's in a financial and economic bantigism. Look at the way the game politics is becoming a bugaboo. What a political holy bully. What a political hoity-toity. What a political foodie-doody. What a political hocus pocus they have come with. What a political jabberwocky. What a political poppycock. What a political gobbledygook. With this consternation, I ask that you accept my pertinacious circumlocution. Accept my pertinacious circumambagous grandiloquence and magniloquence. But I will tell you this, I will not koto in Japoho. I will refuse to koto in Japoho. Thank you. It is appalling. That is the reason I've been in a compendious laconic lacuna, not a recapitulation. But let me tell you this, that it is Leka and pulchritudinous, that in a legotla, in an imbizo, flagitious and enervating lematas, we excogitatedly ruminate how the recidivistical politicals move from budget disappearance to budget doctoration. But now we are faced with a debilitating, exasperating thing with a financial lobotomization. But I pray that this will not ignite a clamorous remonstration. Now, come to think of it, how dare they deplete the citizens of their obstreperous and vociferous modus vivendi? Enough of this vilification and solipsism. This is execrably pugnacious, pestilential, and attenuating. Imagine the imbibition of the political rodomontates, which has kept us in an abject ululation. Why? This is sardonic, opprobrious, malevolent, contumelious, erroneous, lugubrious, and exasperating. What a political baloney. What a political ballyhoo. What a political bunkum, balderdash, and hogwash. At this point, I will borrow the words of the great sesquipedalian logomanian, that it is crystal clear, like the biblical mene you foreseen, that this administration has no blueprint on socio-economic matters. But I will advise you to tell Mr. President that following his antecedent and pedigree, we know him, he can do better. Tell him to do better. But at this point, we will not koto in Japoho.
Before we could become journalists today, we are citizens. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on a coercion or sanitary condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working a profession, you got to step down and protect your country so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened on yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong. And no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happening in this country, and people are now seeing it as being right because the Asa is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up. To be a patriot, you have to stand first on the side of the law, because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on. And these are things that we got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people feel, what kind of side you want to be on. We just got to speak to the truth, and that is very much important.
His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
Miller, red light. Michael Wallets, Dartmouthville Dry Rights Market. David Williams, Colorado, USA. William W. Wolo, spokesperson, Civil Rights Movement, Corwell. Fatu Sharif, thank you, Fatu, I'm doing good. And I guess you are also. Frederick Saki, GSA Road. Augustine Musa, Paris Lobot, New Jersey, USA. Vinicius Bar, New Cruton, Claude Dupont, Stephen Yakade, Lower Magibi County, District 2, Todi, Luke Horton, Bangat City, John Towelli, D6, that's District 6, Murphy Heenan, District 9, Matadi, Moses Sua, Red Light, Alex Mulba, 72nd Junction, Malu Fofana, 20th Street, Sinka, Henry T. Toll, Caldwell, Jeremiah Labla, So Clinic, Gaza Community, Stabatos, Yond, CDC Corner, Pep Line. That's good. Saturday, Woodaware, USA, Atlanta, Georgia, Jukonti Chie, your business center, Orita Jikla, Jackson Cipone, Iron Factory, Block C, Lawrence, Iron Factory, Business Center, Kingston, Ware, Browville City. It has turned to city now? Okay, yeah. Browville City. Yeah, Browville City. That's good. Usman Saul, Gale Street, Business Center. Lawrence Winning, Slipway Community. Great man, Lawrence Winning, Slipway Community. Good to have you on. Yeah, the protocol so very long, can run through all of the names. Rita Christine Hates, Massachusetts, you are on. My dear sister Orita Sunday Choir, good that you are on. Thank you for coming on. Hope that you are faring well. Great woman indeed. Great to have you on the show. The chairman, you know, the chairman, one and only chairman for life, the melting pot chairman, reference point, down to F chairman, the chairman that cuts across all race, creed, political affiliation, the president, the chairman that transcends just everything culture, unique in itself. Roma Rico, Kenneth Ball, or Latupan for short. Chairman, District 18 Intellectual Center. Good to have you on, Mr. Chairman. Okay, all of you great people, Shedrick Flomo, GSA Roll, Kruman, Sally Hall, good. Thank you for coming on. Time is off, the essence. It's the weekend. They say in Liberia, TGIF, thank God it's Friday, meaning they, after work, they will go and amuse themselves at whatever the entertainment center as per their liking or preference. Some will cut short their work by 1:32. They leave their office or offices. They are at entertainment centers. Presently, if you went at most of the entertainment centers, you'll see government officials amusing themselves. If you went to the office, they would tell you the director just walked out, the minister is not in. And if you went at the entertainment center, you'll see the bossy showmanship, the director showmanship, the minister showmanship, the deputy minister showmanship. You will see everything government officials at the various entertainment centers. That's what they mean when they say TGIF, meaning we enjoy ourselves. We enjoy ourselves real good. Yeah, TGIF. It's good to de-stress from Monday to Friday, but you don't want to do it when your job is still on. Just take a stroll around. You'll see, you'll count about 150 to 200 government officials at entertainment centers. They leave work soon. And no control, no system in place. No. And this, we see government after government. Not only this government, and you can blame that on the president, but the individuals themselves. I wouldn't have a work, I leave my house. The resolution to come at Kings FM to do a given job, that at the close of the day, I will have to do an inventory or appraise myself. And I wouldn't want to have a shortcut work, but rather my appraiser will tell me that 8 o'clock all the way to the retiring time. And this is what I did. This is what I did not do. Just, the appraiser will take into consideration everything, but you don't want your appraiser to include cutting short your job, going to entertainment center to amuse yourself, and after that, you just call the office assistant and say, lock my office, I'm not coming back here. It will be Monday now. Most government officials, that's what they do. And it's bad mannerism, bad. Let's get to events unfolding. The basket, the King Support basket, is still active. It hasn't closed. We are leaving the basket with you this afternoon, going into the weekend. You want to drop in it, please. You want to drop in it. You take care of it. Next week, you can report the basket. 0555 885 885 0555 885 885. That is the Sendwave. The local number 0777 0777 017 885 0777 017 885. You please drop in our basket, take care of it, we are leaving it with you. Monday, you can turn it over to us. And we trust your ability. We believe your resolve, your commitment, your love for Kings 88.5. We are accustomed to the expression, our station, and in our layman understanding, that means taking ownership of something. When something belongs to you or you take ownership of it, it means you are supportive of it. So we agree with that statement that you often make. This is our station. So we need your support. Just whatever you can in the basket. King Support Basket 0777-017-885, 0777-017-885. That is the local mobile money number. The send wave 0-555-885-885, 0-555-885-885. Let's get out of Liberia briefly. Niger's military leader Abdurrahmane Chiani has accused the presidents of France, Benin, and Ivory Coast of backing an armed assault on an air base near Niamey's International Airport. Chiani made the claims on state television, but did not provide evidence. No group has claimed responsibility for the attack that left 4 soldiers wounded and damaged an aircraft. Nigerian forces say they killed at least 20 attackers and arrested 11 others. Chiani also thanked the Russian troops stationed at the base for defending their sector. The airport remains a strategic site hosting military bases and a major uranium stockpile. Ugandan President Yoweri Museveni has again questioned the credibility of the country's opposition, accusing the opposition National Unity Platform of electoral malpractice. Museveni, in power since 1986, claimed that the National Unity Platform inflicted its vote count in post-elections and accused opposition leaders of cheating rather than offering real political alternatives. He also dismissed the opposition election complaints as baseless. NUP political leader Bobby Wine has rejected the results, alleging widespread fraud, internet shutdown, and abductions of polling agents. Bobby Wine is currently in hiding following death threats from General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, President Yoweri Museveni's son, who is in charge of the army. Air Tanzania now offers air connections to Ghana through Lagos, Nigeria. The maiden flight touched down in Accra on Wednesday and was carrying Tanzania's Transport Minister Makame Mbarawa and other officials. Air Tanzania is set to undertake 3 weekly flights to Accra as it ramps up its global footprint to 32 countries. Tanzania hopes this new partnership will promote trade and tourism within Tanzania, Ghana, and Nigeria. And South Africa has expelled Israel's top diplomat in the country for violating diplomatic norms, a move that prompted Israel to kick out its South African envoy in retaliation. The diplomatic row started when South Africa's foreign ministry declared Ariel Sandman, chargé d'affaires at the Israeli embassy, persona non grata, and gave him 72 hours to leave the country. Hours later, Israel announced similar action against South Africa's representative in that country, Shaun Benyonet-Veld, Relations between the two countries have been frosty since South Africa accused Israel of genocide against Palestinians at the International Court of Justice, a charge Israel has rejected. Those are some of the developments unfolding out of Liberia. Let's turn our attention to what we've got. Thanks to Front Page Africa, they did extremely well profiling the iconic name George Weah, and that is reserved for Weah returns to the presidency 2029. Should we? Let's deal with that. Then we look at other issues. It's obvious. We talk about it. We give you the indicators, every probability that everything is in place, just as a sealed prophecy. When you hear sealed prophecy, it means everything is in place. There's nothing that's going to stop that. This is, Weah returns to the presidency 2029 is a sealed prophecy. Everything is in place. There is nothing that is going to obstruct it. A sealed prophecy means it only awaits the time to unfold, to present itself, or that everyone will see the reality. Just as God told Daniel, he says, seal up the prophecy of this book and go your way, for the time is coming and everyone going to see the fulfillment of it. Weah returns to the presidency. The guys on the other side of the political divide would never want to hear it, but they can do nothing about it. And they have the right to come out of their plan because they want to stay on too. It is a political contestation, a battle for supremacy. But the name George Weah, a household name, a name that Unity Party is afraid of, a personality that resonates so well with the people of this country. He cuts across, unlike the president himself, Joseph Yeman Boakai, who doesn't have anything. The aura of George Weah is an undescribable one. You can describe it. You will try. You just look at it whenever he's out of his relaxation, out of his office, out of just anything that he concentrates on to get outside. You see, the aura is always different than any other person in this country. And I'm speaking directly to Unity Party people. You want to keep saying, I think we like the song. It is not a good song, but it is a song of self-provocation. It is a song of self-provocation, a song that brings fear within oneself, a song that exposes Unity Party people to the rest of society that this man is the only person we are afraid of. A song that causes them to live with anger, with hurt, with pains, with frustration, as evident by what you see every day. They have thousands of United States dollars. They have cars. They are building houses. They are setting up businesses and every other thing. Life is good with vast majority of the Unity Party people, no doubt about that, but you sense anger, hurt, pains, frustration within them. It wasn't created by George Weah. They created their own hurt, their own pain. It's all because they are afraid of this name called George Manning Weah. Whether we like it or not, whether people want to hear it or not, you will come up with your political reasoning or political calculation that 2029 is yet far. What I do know, 2029 is not far. If 2029 was far, nobody will be preparing. Everybody is preparing, and no one is more serious with preparation than Unity Party. And no institution is more concerned planning how to stop, just as coaches will take up time with their captains and other people against Messi, how to stop Messi. In this political contest, no institution is doing that but Unity Party. They are thinking, they are planning how to stop him. Why? Because 2029 is around the corner. Why? Because they know that he is the only weighty character. He is the only people-centered character, political figure. He is just everything with the people. They see him as the formidable force. They know that if they don't do something to stop him, he will win. And so they are thinking in that direction. Weah is not worrying about them. They are planning. Everyone is planning. Everyone is planning. Everyone. But they are planning the more. And no planning they are doing, but how to stop this man, just as coaches and defenders were planning how to stop Lamine Yamal because of his forceful nature. In a political context, as we have, that's what it is. They are planning. Now, they claim to be carrying out developments here and there, but they're not too satisfied. Ironic, you cannot be carrying out development, which is a conviction to give you the vote, yet you're concentrating on a man whom you said did nothing. Come to think of it, how do you figure that? You claim that you're doing a lot more. You have done a lot more. And so it is a conviction that you will be voted, you will be given a second term. Instead of concentrating on that, you leave it and take up most part of your time, your existence on this name called George Weah. What that suggests to anybody is this is the man that you are afraid of. If you are carrying out your developments and you are convinced that your developments are sufficient and you got more to do, but the time we get to 2029, the people will turn against George Weah, then you need not be talking that George Weah is not coming back. You need not be afraid of this man. You need not be saying all kinds of things. As a matter of political reasoning, you will make this man infinitesimal. What that means in political reasoning is you will not be concentrating on this man. You will not be talking about him. You will not be going after him, using people who are close to him. You will not be doing any one of those things, because all of these things, they take up time and they give people the understanding that this is the man that you are afraid of. Why only this man? Why only this name? Why? Because of all the opposition politicians, he is the standout character. He is that towering figure. Of all the opposition candidates, no one matches his standard. No, not at all. They are not looking at Musability, Representative Musability, political leader Musability. They're not looking at Simeon Fremont. They're not looking at Simeon Fremont. They're not looking at Tiawan Gonglo. They're not looking at any one of those opposition figures. For them, those people, apart from George Weah, the rest of the opposition figures are not formidable. They are not the kind of politicians that they should be afraid of. They do not have the people's support. They are just empty. That is why they do not concentrate on them. They are not afraid of commies. As a matter of truth, which you will see with time, they are trying the best they can to get commies on their side. Now, don't be surprised when we are getting closer and you see a gradual shift or a gradual turn on the lane of the ruling establishment. But the only name, the only person that they don't want return to the presidency, and he returns to the presidency, George Weah. Nothing, absolutely nobody in this country, not even nobody can stop George Weah. No, nobody can stop George Weah from returning to the presidency. Nobody should get discouraged. It happened before. We don't have such a history in our political system. We are about to have it. But we are witnesses of other political cultures that experience a comeback. I told you that comeback is possible, and comeback is a blessing. Comeback also, if I can spiritualize it, it is biblical. A comeback. We are told in any contestation never to give up, even if you are if you are pressed, if you are knocked. Never give up. Keep striving. Keep going. Hold on to what you believe. And as you strive to get back, the door is open unto you. It is not possible. A setback, a comeback is not possible when you make no attempt whatsoever. Then it is not a comeback. It is a comeback with every possibility when you begin to exert with the conviction that it is possible, and there you will have the possibility, the door opening to you. Comeback is not occurrence. Everybody who experienced that, they are living witness, as Peter Mutharika and John Dramani Mahama, ask the rest of the people, ask Donald Trump, just go around the world and asking those people whom their citizens on the other side of the political divide said they weren't coming back. At the close of the day, where they are today, back in the same presidency. A couple of days ago, we listened to the president of Ghana talking about his first term, how it was. And when they got off the presidency, some of the things that they had wanted to do, they didn't do because they did not have the time. Not that they did not have the plan in place, but time just didn't favor them. And so he's back in the presidency and began to reference some of those things as progress now. I say this for you to know that there are things that we didn't accomplish, meaning to get off the ground. Not that the plan wasn't there, the plan was, but time didn't favor him. Returning to the presidency, those things are implemented or they become reality. But what I want you to know is comeback is a blessing. Comeback is possible. Comeback is not possible when there is no action, even in your personal life. Life as a whole. Let us not only look at it from a political standpoint, but it is politics. That's the reason we're talking in this way. But it goes beyond politics. Anything in life, you will have challenges along the way. You will get off your seat. But it doesn't say that you can go back to that seat. You will not go back only when you're attempting or when you're doing nothing. In this situation, George Weah is exerting himself along with his people. They are planning the announcement gone already. So no need for anything like people want to, whether George Weah will contest 2029. It is only when you give into the mind game of Unity Party, because some of the bloggers are going around saying George Weah will not contest 2029. George Weah is this, George Weah that. When you read those things or when you hear those things, don't get jaded. That's all of those things come with a political battle. All of those things, the people who on the other side, they come up with different ideas so that they get their opponents upset. The people who are supporting them, they start getting jaded. All of those things are the political mind game. It is purely psychological, just to get you feeling uneasy. But you don't have to jitter. Nothing and nobody can stop George Weah from getting back to the presidency. A comeback is possible. A comeback is a blessing. A comeback is not impossible. Comeback is possible. Comeback is blessing. It only means you have rested, you have put your thought together, what the Englishmen call recalibrate. You've made the necessary adjustment. You have seen where you had errors, and everyone on earth is prone to error. Everyone on earth, everybody. There is no infallible character. The current president, Joseph Yuma Boakai, is prone to error. He made too many errors since he been in the presidency. Grave errors too. His ministers and other people, everybody is prone to error, but not deliberate error. But these things come. So Weah was there. He made one or two errors, but they are not errors that can prevent him from coming back. They are only errors that can be corrected. Simple. Brace yourselves for that. Senator McGill said in one of his public addresses relative to what I'm saying, that if you want Weah to come back, then you have to work with Weah. You have to get that. You are the ones who can make it happen by reaching out, by selling the character, rebranding the character. It's all about outreach. And that outreach is to double, increase, raise the numbers. That's all. If the number was 1, then you want to persuasively increase that number to 4. That means you add 4 persons to the 1. It gives you 5. On the other side, you want to increase by conviction the 2 by adding 3 to it, that 5. So that's 10 right there, 10 persons. You do that repeatedly, consistently, giving what the Hebrews culture, they have this word called very muchness, meaning they give everything themselves to ensuring their goal is accomplished. If it will cause them to use their personal resources to just get it possible, just get it working. They would count on nobody, but whatever they have within their reach, they will do it to accomplish. That's how they arrive at that war, very muchness. Everything of them, they will put it into it. You can use that word in your political march to 2029. Give your very muchness. Reach out. If it means you use your meager resources, do it. And such resource or resources you use, you will get it back. There is no sowing. There is nothing you sow or no sowing without a reap. Every sow goes with reaping, whether it is small, it is medium, it is large, you reap in return. You have to invest to reap. Whenever you invest, you have a return on your investment. That's what the senator meant when he said, you need to reach out. And that is what everybody needs going into 2029. There is the conviction. George Weah himself is convinced. Unity Party convinced. And what they try to do is to prevent that conviction from happening. But the people cannot be thwarted. I told you of the government official yesterday, informally, meaning on a friendly note. He worked in Weah's government briefly, and he said the government was not 100%. As any government, there are things that happen in the government, but he cannot join the bandwagon of those who had come out so early condemning Weah, saying all kinds of things against the past government and vilifying Weah. He wouldn't do that. Not that he did not see some things happening, but hear what he said, that Weah is loved by the people. Weah may not go around to do anything for the people. The people have Weah, and Weah have the people. He said, with this kind of reasoning, what I have seen, I cannot criticize Weah, because life can change at any time. I can never rule out anything of Weah not coming back. That's what he said. He said, I can't rule that out. I can't join the chorus that we are not coming back, because life isn't fixed. You can say this person will not, but then you see it, and the world has a testimony or testimonies. This country has testimonies of that. That's why you don't look at a person and say, this person will not. You don't look at a person and say, you are good for nothing. That person that you say good for nothing, that person will turn out to be good, and you turn out to be bad. There is something in religious stuff they call reverse prophecy. That means when you say something to somebody, when you say something negative to a person, it comes right back to you. That's when you can hear the people say, oh, but ain't you say anything what happened to the man you see now? They see the Bible says life and death in it lies in the power of the tongue. And you see it come to you. That I ain't good to tell you. You people have heard people say that, right? You say things about a person, but then disaster befalls you. They say, oh, but the thing that you are telling the person, it looks like you are saying it to yourself. And that's how it goes. If you say this person will not, you think that it will not because you have said it. You do not have the final say of anyone's destiny. It is only God. There are people who falter along the way in the very Bible. They sought come back, and God helped them to get back. Take it or leave it. It is the reality we're speaking. There were things that were happening in the CDC government. We sat on a given platform. We saw those indicators, and we started to tell the people, We started to tell the CDC people. They would say, "Oh, my man, you journalist, or you're just good at talking and all kinds of stuff." Some of them they stay around. Many of them will meet in person and say, "Look, guys, I think you need to do it this way, need to do it this way." The president does not know all. He's not aware of everything. Some of these things you need to come up. Fast forward, getting closer. What was my position? This is what I was telling Seditians. Look, with the 2023 elections just ahead, don't tell the people that we have built 14 military hospital. Don't tell the people that we have built Embry Hospital. Don't tell the people that we have built recreational. They're seeing all of those things. They know. They can deny it. You can deny a structure. It is not invincible. It is not future. It is the reality. It is practical. It is before everybody's face or faces. What you guys need to do to get Weah re-elected, talk about Weah's future plans. Say it the more. Say it the more. But what were they doing? The next thing that I saw and said, "Oh, look, come on. It doesn't work that way. That's sycophantic stuff." When we are turned to Sonny Wen, every official will turn to Sonny Wen. When Weah is headed for Bombing County, everybody. I suggested to them, reading the political indicators, guys, look, campaign is spread out. It's just like what God said, call out. You spread out because it is psychological, backed by what you have already done and what you have as your future plan, and then the other things, you know what I mean? Item 13, yeah. So you people on this side, some people go this way, you're just spread everywhere and just deliver. It didn't make sense to them because they felt they had the money. And this thing, oh yeah, we're winning the election. We are paid here. We are paid 14 military hospital. The media people too. They sat down. We're just looking at them. I was on 9th Street, Capitol. Just looking at the people when they come. The BP people. Oh my man, yeah, we understand, man. They get in their tinted windshield. So you increase the publicity. You talk more. We have a culture that is not fully enlightened. Meaning it is not a critical culture. The people want to hear two things. This is what this man has done. One, we already convinced. This is what he's going to do. It is what he's going to do that will add to what they already convinced of. You talk the more, yeah. But they were relaxed because they had 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 US in the pocket. They saw us as brokers. But God said, look, come on, you talk to the people. God used certain people at a certain point in time to get certain things right. Today, we're sharing an idea again. Unity Party is not a force. Unity Party cannot be a force. Nobody should be afraid. Unity Party is weak. Unity Party cannot, I bet you, I challenge you rather, if the elections were next year, you see Unity Party people, they'll be fighting to do all kinds of things to hold on. Besides, they have given you every indication of how 2029 will be. They have given you an indication that they will cheat. Why? Because this man is a force. How did they say it? They did not come formally with the expression, we will treat Weah, and no one can say that. But it is in their expression, their expressions. He will never come back to the presidency. He will never be president in the country again. He messed the country up. The grush. That expression that they use, he messed the country up. That's the grush they have. Based on that, we are in. Since we are in now, we have all of the options available to us. So we use everything against him. That's what that expression means. What's the normal in a statement that a party's chairman will sit on national radio and say we'll be in power for 200 years? The party chairman is not a caricature. It's not a comedian. The party's chairman is not a schizophrenic. He's not a dementia sufferer. The party chairman is a normal man, an educated person, a pastor who knows what it takes or the consequences or the aftermath of making a statement of such nature. Do you think he was joking? He wasn't playing. It was plain. It was something that he resolved in his mind, that I'm going to the radio station and this is what I'm going to say. When you hear that, what do you think it means? When he said we'll stay in power for 200 years, he knows that they can stay in power for 200 years and none of them will live for 200 years. But we have all of the options available to us and we will use it to ensure that this man does not come back to the presidency. What more? But here is it. Nobody in this country can stop George Weah. Nobody, no political party can stop the return of George Weah. Just know, come back is possible. I said, come back is possible. Not only come back is possible, but come back is a blessing. The only way it is not possible when there is no attempt. If George Weah came out and say, I am not contesting, then a comeback is impossible. That means it will not happen. The last time I told you, it is only George Weah that can stop George Weah. Only George Weah can stop George Weah. But George Weah has told George Weah, and George Weah told the world that he will be fully engaged with the politics going into 2029. First thing first, get the headquarters constructed. And then every other thing will fall in place. It was George Weah who made the announcement of 2029. If George Weah isn't ready for 2029, he will have said it. It is only Weah that can stop Weah. Only Weah can stop Weah. Nobody. The ruling establishment cannot stop George Weah from returning. Nobody can stop George Weah. It is possible. Weah returns to the presidency 2029. Going back from where I started, thanks to Front Page Africa, they profile George Weah. You would say, we have heard Weah's story repeatedly. So there is nothing new that Front Page Africa has done. Yes, you have heard many stories about George Weah, and you will continue to hear many stories. Interestingly, you're not been hearing bad stories. You've been hearing good stories. You've been hearing stories of breakthrough, stories of leadership, stories of humanitarian interventions. You've been hearing all of those things. You've been hearing stories of taking people from the dungeon to livelihood. You've been hearing stories of people who were politicians who kept this country on their lap for rack of ages, yet showed nothing. George Weah came and took it to developmental or introduced development politics. You have heard, yes, that's true. But you want to look at the timing. Front page Africa, not looking at the many stories, they're looking at the impact of the stories. And in such a political time, it's a plus for George Weah. It's a plus. George Weah didn't tell them to do it. They know the character. They see possibilities of this character returning. And they have started to help to get him back. Simple. Weah returns to the presidency 2029. At least today, I didn't go home with it. But that's it. Let's go to the government misinformation again. Let's get to the government's misinformation. I see no difference between CDC as claimed by Unity Party distorted information and Unity Party current distorted, uncoordinated misinformation, confusion. It was better Unity Party in opposition didn't come up with a damning criticism of distorted information, communication not flowing. Do you know that they were so strong with that? And truly, obviously, it happened. It was real in CDC government. We talk about that. Yes, I think we talk about that. Yeah, on 9th Street, that although the president needs to do something, he can't get everybody talking, everybody explaining here and there. And a week after, we heard the president appointed the Reverend Lawrence Brooklyn to develop a system by which there will be a synchronized inflow and outflow of government information, meaning a centralized system instead of Minister of Public Works talking or something about the Ministry of Public Works. The Minister of Public Works talks about it, then you hear Transport, Deputy Minister for Administration or Deputy Minister for Operation will talk to that same thing, quote unquote clarification. You will hear the Minister or Assistant Minister at Lands and Mines will come with his own clarification. So in CDC time, there was this confusion. Everybody was speaking, and honestly, we raised concern about that. So let me admit, no government is perfect. The president cannot be aware of everything. There are a number of mishaps that just within the ministerial area and other areas until it reaches the president's attention. So you had this. Everybody was talking in CDC's time. Everybody was giving few here and there. We said, but no, this is wrong. If this continues, the opposition will continue to capitalize on it. You need a synchronized info system or flow. So when we heard that the president then appointed Lawrence Brooklyn, we said, good, the information did reach him. And so fast forward, here we are. The same people who criticized former President Weah undistorted information flow, disorganized or announcing figure and don't know, or this person say 20 million and president say the minister of finance will source it, and then justice minister comes and say 20 million is available. It's just the same as what you condemned yesterday. Distortion. Who is telling the truth? If you listen to Mr. President when he went for the groundbreaking, Mr. President said the finance minister will look for the money. He said the finance minister will look for the money. Ellen used that expression. Former President George, former President Sirleaf used that expression. Former President Weah used that expression. So for current President Joe Boakai is using that expression, no problem. Because the finance minister is the one who looks out for the money. But the way the information goes out get the people wondering. The president said the minister of finance will look for the money. That's what he said. The minister of finance will look for the money.
It's the present moment for us to build a building that will represent our country, a public building in which offices.
Please listen to the president carefully. Listen carefully. Don't confuse yourself.
Will be structured for the purpose where records can be kept. Minister will find the convenience of, because when you take a rented building, you're trying to make it what you want. But when you build a building, you build it according to the purpose of the building. And so record keeping and everything, people work in convenient environment, they work better. So we're very happy that this is happening today. So we're going to do with many others. We already planned even the Omega market. We're going to transform it to be what it's supposed to be what it's supposed to be, so that the whole red light there will be decongested. So I want to say to our technical people and the minister, thanks for the idea. And we are willing to support ideas that put our country on the map positively. We have always been respected for who we are, and we will continue to seek that leadership as a country that is the oldest republic. And these are things that represent us. We're going to have a building that's going to be good, going to be very, very practical in terms of the purpose, and it's going to be convenient. And I'm sure the Minister of Finance has guaranteed the funding in it. And I'm sure the Minister of Finance has guaranteed the funding in it. And I'm sure the Minister of Finance has guaranteed the funding. And I'm sure the Minister of Finance has guaranteed the funding. And I'm sure the Minister of Finance has guaranteed the funding. And I'm sure the Minister of Finance has guaranteed the funding. And I'm sure the Minister of Finance has guaranteed the funding. And I'm sure the Minister of Finance has guaranteed the funding.
And I am sure the Minister of Finance will guarantee the funding, meaning he will look out. He will source some of the money that will include, let me say it this way, Weah did it, former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf did it to source funding, speak to their partners and other people and say XYZ. That's what the president meant. The president did not say they have 20 million. Even if they have 20 million, he did not say. Let's assume they have the money. But he said the Minister of Finance, meaning he will source the funding. The Justice Minister comes up to say the president lied. He did not say it like the way I'm saying, but he said the 20 million available.
Today is indeed a historic and very defining moment for the Ministry of Justice and for the Republic of Liberia, as we break ground for a permanent home, a complex that will stand as a symbol of institutional strength, national security, and our collective commitment to the rule of law. What we are doing here today is a commencement of the physical manifestation of a vision long overdue, and one that recognizes that strong institutions require strong foundations. The complex will bring together all the critical institutions of our security sector, excluding the Liberian National Police, into under one coordinated framework. These agencies are the front line of protecting our borders, safeguarding lives and property, and combating illicit activities that threaten public safety and national stability. Housing them in a modern purpose-built facility will significantly enhance coordination, efficiency, professionalism, and service delivery to the Liberian people. It will also, in the long term, save the government money in rental payment, as has been said. Mr. President, we are deeply honored by your presence. Your leadership continues to affirm significantly enhance coordination, efficiency, professionalism, and service delivery to the Liberian people. It will also, in the long term, save the government money in rental payment, as has been said. Mr. President, we are deeply honored by your presence. Your leadership continues to affirm that justice, security, and governance remain central to Liberia's development agenda. Mr. President, your presence here today sends a powerful signal that infrastructure for justice matters, that the rule of law is non-negotiable, and that institutions must be empowered to serve with dignity, competence, and integrity. This project is firmly aligned with the government's arrest agenda for inclusive development, which serves as Liberia's national development framework. The arrest agenda prioritizes agricultural rules, rule of law, education, sanitation. The government has demonstrated its commitment by placing $20 million United States towards this project. The government has demonstrated its commitment by placing $20 million United States towards sanitation. The government has demonstrated its commitment by placing $20 million United States towards this project. The government has demonstrated its commitment by placing $20 million United States towards this project in the arrest agenda. The government has demonstrated its commitment by placing $20 million United States towards this project in the arrest agenda. The government has demonstrated its commitment by placing $20 million United States towards this project in the arrest agenda. The government has demonstrated its commitment by placing $20 million United States towards this project in the arrest agenda.
So, why did the president tell the Minister of Finance to lob it? You sense how they expose themselves? The money is already there because they were trying to move away from accountability. Such an amount, it required, and Senator Mangill said, it goes before the legislature. There should be a notification. 20 million is not small money. It's not 5,000 or 2,000 or 10,000. Instead of saying that it's going to go through the normal process, or we are sourcing the funding, we do not have the 20 million yet, we're going to source it from our partners, the minister exposed them and say the money there. They were forced to issue a clarification. They were forced to issue a clarification. Yeah, what they said. The Ministry of Justice wishes to clarify recent public concerns regarding claims that 20 million United States dollars has been allocated in the national budget for the construction of the Justice Complex. The ministry informs the public that at no such allocation has been approved or captured in the current national budget as claimed. Who claiming that? Oh, come on. This is a flimsy statement. This is not a clarification. This is a reinforced indictment. The government indicts itself, or the ministry, or the person who wrote this communication, further added substance to what was said. This is not how you carry out damage control. They're increasing, they're adding more substance to the already blundered situation. The president pointed to the finance minister. The justice minister comes to speak. He said the money there. Then you can't, justice ministry come and clarify. It is not the public that is making the claim. The public has only digested and analyzing based on what the president said, what you justice minister said. He put the minister of finance in an embarrassing position. Now, here is it. They have that money. They have that money. The justice minister would not have said it if the money is not there. The money is there. But they try to bypass the procedure, how it ought to be. Now, let me read you word for word what came from Senator Nathaniel McGill. He said, today, we witnessed the groundbreaking of the Ministry of Justice Complex by the President. While we welcome this important initiative, we are, however, concerned about the following. 1. Who is funding the project? Who is funding the project? 2. If it is funded by the government, when was the USD 20 million approved? And has a contractor been approved? Where is the design? Or who is, or is the groundbreaking being conducted before the approval of the building budget and design? 3. Is the project being implemented with 100% grant or donor funding that does not require legislative approval? These are things that announcement, the first thing you're constructing, you have a design. The funding for that construction, you either tell the lawmakers whether that it is funding that is going to come from outside, source from outside. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf did it here, we did it, or it's going to be funded directly within from the budget. And is it in the budget? You see, rescue the blunder. But again, this will pass, just as the rest have always passed, because the people who should be critical, realistically, they are not. They are not. This thing, it will not go through. Listen to McGill. Who is funding the project now? That's a substantial amount of money, man. Come on. You want to tell the people, you want to tell the country, this is transparency and accountability. The president said there will be no business as usual. No business as usual is not a reference only for taking money. No business as usual means the thinking process, the mind. Corruption starts from the mind. When you say corruption, it means the mind. Everything starts from the mind. And if the president will not tell his people to give a full understanding to the public, then it's business as usual. Then what he condemned his predecessor of, and he's doing the same thing. That he no different from the past. It is business as usual. No business as usual means the system, the everything we do will be different from the past. And that is the reason they say we have messed the country up. Meaning that he wasn't calculated, he did not have system in place. So you come now, you have system in place, yet you tread in the same path. So you and the man you condemn, who better? The man is better than you. Listen to Miguel again, then we're off. Who is funding? Today, we witnessed the groundbreaking of the Ministry of Justice complex by the president. Why we welcome the important initiative, this important initiative, we are, however, concerned about the following. One, who is funding the project? Two, if it is funded by the government, when was the USD 20 million approved? And has a contractor been approved? Where is the design? Or is the groundbreaking being conducted before the approval of the building budget and design? 3, is the project being implemented with 100% grant or donor funding that does not require legislative approval? My concern is derived from 2 controversial projects: the procurement of the 285 yellow machines Buluwaha and the USD 10 million FOIA project. And this is how he concluded. Therefore, on Tuesday, February 10th, I will place a letter on the floor demanding the appearance of the Minister of Justice before the Senate to provide a detailed explanation of this project. Transparency and accountability must not be compromised. I should tell you, yeah, Senator McGill is right with his position, but he will not get the justice or accountability or a full understanding that he wants, that the people ought to know. He cannot be more representative as he is. He is representing the people, and he cannot be more representative than he is representative. That means he's doing well to raise the issue, calling for accountability, transparency, no business as usual, digging out anything fishy. But here is his setback. The guys in there, he will not get the backing. He will not get any support. It will just be like any one of those things they had down there. Here is my why, or my answer. Listen, Senator Snowe raised a legitimate concern to have the Minister of Labor, Councillor Kopo Kra, the man who manages the labor sector. The president announced, gave an ambiguous announcement, exaggerated figure, unproven figure in his State of the Nation address. The labor sector, the president's, that the lines or the paragraph on the labor sector does not come from the Minister of Finance. It does not come from the Minister of Post and Telecom. It does not come from the Minister of Justice. Every sector ministry sent in their script they put those bits and pieces together into a full compilation. It's what the president goes to read. Against that backdrop, Senator Snowe prevailed on the presiding officer, seeking the support of his colleagues to call in the labor minister to give a breakdown. Who is better purse or better position to do that than the Minister of Labor? Guess what happened? Unity Party stalwart in Senator Prince Moy, knowing very well that it will be embarrassing, it will open, it will stretch the already existing Pandora box, he objected by saying it is not necessary. The president has already spoken. That is clear. The public can digest it. The colleagues that are sitting there, what did they do? They went in line. Senator Snowe motion or request was defeated. What are you hearing in the news? That the announcement, the guys objected. The presiding officer, who is also a Unity Party supporter, did not want the labor minister to come. So Edwin Snowe, Senator Snowe request was defeated. It was giving legislative bloody nose. The labor minister is not going there. Do you think this one, the same will not happen to this one? Because they know if they invite, they may already blunder. Just as the president blundered on Monday. Kopakwa going there to give further explanation, it will make it worse. So the strategy, the sensitivity of Unity Party, Prince Mo said, no, I object to that. It's not necessary to call the labor minister to come and explain further on this thing. The president has already spoken. It is clear. It's out into the public. Presiding officer Yomli Kanga Lawrence too, followed by the other people who are supportive of the government, knowing very well that it will be more embarrassing to the president, they agree with Prince Mo, because Prince Mo is a die-hard supporter and one of the guys who makes way for people to and of the president's presence. This one is going to be the same way. Don't be surprised if Senator Magé put this on the floor as he said he's going to do and it's objected. Don't be surprised. And these things will happen because the opposition is weak. The opposition is weak. This is an intentional word. I'm not mixing my words. Because when you look, since the government came to power, listen, we don't have to be legislators to know the excesses that have been going on, the serious legislative or executive errors, intentional acts. You don't need legislator. You don't need to be a legislator to know. They're just simple literacy. The guys sit there. They allow all these things to happen. Why? Ask yourself why Unity Party people, they are not threatened. Because they're not under pressure. There's no accountability. The vice president, while it is true that you have to empower your people, capacity building is good, but accountability is key. No one stopped the vice president from purchasing 15 vehicles at 250,000 United States dollars for his staff. But you want to give account. Yesterday, every dime that was being spent, these people were on your back. And you people are in that legislature The legislature today, nothing. You know why opposition fight to get in the legislature? To be on the back to correct, not being antagonistic to the government, but being realistic in your critique with the representation you have. But Unity Party today is relaxed. The people have no worry. They don't need to scratch their head on anything because the opposition is not strong. We in this country, like, we don't have opposition. Every little thing, when a given opposition says something, the government come and brush it off. And that's it. That opposition gets scared. And if it continues this way going into 2029, listen, it's going to be disastrous. If ever was the time, now is the time for the opposition to come to its senses. Too many things are just flowing. Too many wrongs, and nothing is happening. Mangiel has raised this issue. Mangiel is in the Senate. What's about the guys in the House of Representatives as opposition? It doesn't have to reach the House of Representatives, but you know, that is why lawmakers do research. They do their background investigation. They do their validation so that when they are speaking, they speak with authority. They speak with every conviction that when they argue it, the executive look at it and say, you'll leave that thing. You'll withdraw it. Those people are right. The people did a thing to you. I'm not saying that you people should be antagonistic. No. But raise the issues intellectually and let the people know. Do your background investigation. Keep the people feet to the fire. Get the people to know that the opposition is strong. The man said, nobody. Prince Mo said, they think Senator Snow is talking. If we sit here and allow Snow requests to go through, it will be a disaster in this country. with this job business.
This communication is only asking the Ministry of of Labor, to come here and give us a breakdown of the 70,000 jobs. So let the Minister of Labor come and tell us the 70,000 jobs we created in 2025. Here is the breakdown of the 20,000 jobs, of 70,000 jobs. It's, however, important to note that a few days ago, the Ministry of Information for a press conference and told the world that some of the data in the president's address was wrong. Yes, he said it. So this Senate or this legislature must have the courage, the spirit, and the balls to call on the president to either resubmit his report to this legislature. Right now, the spirit. Already, the official platform of the government has informed us that the president's report to the legislature was based on falsehood, that the information in there was wrong. So, Jala man, can you show me to my job? I'm like, the poor nobody informed he's like a sharing squad, man. He's like you can't do that job, man. Oh, you want to check it out? No, you got 15 more seconds. No problem, he's just sharing my 15 seconds. So, Mr. Presiding, the document in our archive in the depository of this legislature delivered by the president is based on falsehood. That document must either be represented or the president must write up based on the information for the Ministry of Information that the president gave us the wrong information and sent us the correct information for our archive.
Prince Mo, Senator Prince Mo immediately woke up and said no. The minister should not come. Now, if it was another thing, he wouldn't have objected. He wouldn't have sought the support of his colleagues. preventing the Minister of Labor from going there? Because the president blundered, and it is a known fact, it is a reality. Sir, let us not give these opposition people further teeth to bite. The man coming anyway. When I make kind, he will press chakla. The same thing. If McGill is Senator, McGill put it on the floor. That same Senate that they objected to the Labor Minister Kupo Kragore, that same Senate, one United Party senator will come up and say the Justice Minister should not come. The clarification has already been made by the Ministry of Justice. Because they know it is a shitty deal. They will try to protect. And nobody can be so forceful and aggressive on these people back but the opposition. So the president say, Gafam all over the money, right there at the same program. The Justice Minister say the 20 million in the arrest a general budget is there. So what you clarify here again? All right, that's it. So again, this is it, yeah? This is the last, then we go. Yesterday, they said it was wrong. When President Bouaga delivered his State of the Nation address, what did they say? Yeah, it was quiet too. It was class. That's how State of the Nation address should be. No noise, no muya, all kinds of stuff they were saying. Meaning, they don't do all of those things. It's not part of their nature. Granted. They nominated Youth and Sports Minister Cornelia Krah. Before 2 o'clock, she flooded the grounds or the legislature with Unity Party people and other pay people. It was one of the reasons the lawmakers decided not to proceed with the confirmation hearing today. They sent it to a later date. They flooded the Capitol building. They singing song, beating drum all over. The very people who say, the United Party people who say that the Capitol is the sacred place. The police, United Party Inspector General, let me say it this way, because that's what he made us to believe, that when it is opposition, the place is sacred. But when it is United Party, it's not sacred. When it is the opposition, he said no go zone. You have to preserve the sanctity. The people went there, they desecrated the so-called sanctity. They flooded the place, beating drum all over. Imagine Capitol building, the place the people sit down, the people who say the honorable. So let's take care of that. They are honorable people. The place that the police boss said it is, I know, State House or where no one should come there to desecrate the poor armed men all over. That the place the people went, United Party people, they desecrated it. The lawmaker said, no, we can't conduct hearing. You have to carry your people away, carry your muya, your away too, and all the kind of thing. The people who say they can't do all those things. Confirmation hearing, where we get that thing from? Confirmation hearing is as simple. The person goes there. The person goes there, maybe at most 2 or 3 persons within that person inner cycle. The senator's not going to kill anybody. The senator's not going to put anybody in jail. The legislature or the Senate, they're not war place. It's not place that get jail, that if they're not satisfied with you, they will put you there, that you not feel secure. Come on. You say you came to power. You know everything will be civilized. I did not expect to see that. I thought that Cornelius Krah would have just gone, just as other guys went to the legislature, the Senate, for confirmation hearing. Nobody knew that they ever went. Nobody knew. We only heard the information coming from the Senate that XYZ president has been confirmed. The NAFA boss, he went for confirmation hearing. The Senate, after the confirmation hearing, he passed it and they announced it. Cornelius Krah going, they flooded the place. The people who say that all CDC know to be dancing all over the place, let them there. The people say, no, we can't do it because our security, our safety, we are concerned. Moreover, it is bad mannerism. It is bad mannerism. Take your cheering squad, let them go at the Ministry of State for Presidential Affairs. When you confirm, then you can call them outside and you can celebrate. But this is a place for serious business. They appoint you, they nominated you as Minister of Youth and Sports. You don't have to carry cheering squad with you. You don't have to. Just go to the place, go through the process, and the people ready. And the people ready to do the confirmation hearing. But you carry multitude there. Oh, come on. Why would you do that? You do that. So we learned that they postponed the hearing. Why extra so much that you all gather? Why extra? Nothing extra. Nothing extra. All right. So I think since we're going into the weekend, they say the Liberia National Police confirmed that it has formally received a forensic examination report from Rwanda Forensic Institute in connection with the sexual abuse case involving Mr. Peter Bonjala, which is currently before a court of competent jurisdiction. The forensic examination was undertaken at the request of the LNP as part of established investigative procedures and in accordance with internationally recognized standards for forensic operations. In keeping with due process, the report has been formally transmitted to the appropriate prosecutorial and judicial authorities for consideration within the legal framework. Recognizing that the matter is sub judice, the LNP will not comment on the substance, interpretation, or evidentiary weight of the forensic report. Any evaluation of the evidence lies exclusively within the mandate of the court. The Liberia National Police underscores the following guiding principles. 1. The investigation has been conducted lawfully and in full observation of due process. 2. All persons connected to the matter continue to enjoy the presumption of innocence under the law. 3. The independence of the judiciary and the integrity of ongoing judicial proceedings will be fully respected. 5. The LNP will continue to cooperate with prosecutorial authorities and comply with all lawful directives of the court. The Liberia National Police reassures the public that its actions are guided by professionalism, restraint, accountability, and respect for the rule of law. And for the public communication will be issued only where appropriate and strictly in accordance with legal requirements and judicial guidance. Okay, LNP statement. Let's read a few lines and then we take a couple of calls. We out. Emmanuel A. Payne said, come 2029. All weak-minded sedition lawmakers will be kicked out. No. Enough. Anyway, you're entitled to your opinion. Enough is enough. We're tired with their... Okay. You're entitled to it. It doesn't say it is the reality. Jean Maboro, the CDC lawmakers, including McGill, have dragged their feet on responding to unlawful issues for years. The response from McGill is extremely late and nothing will come of it. You can just wait for Tuesday. Wait and see. Philip Tokwa said, Bouaka is business as usual on a Pro Max. Let's go to the line. 0772 2399 33 0886 30 44 97 0777 0375. Let's take your calls now or your view. Hello.
Yes. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
This is Council. Yes, we can follow that a capital building. If our man that is not dancing with devil is going there, he lost people because God lost people. A demonic man, you now want to see people. So we show better. We are not evil people. The evil are evil. This is why they were talking about us, and everything that is seen about us, they are going back to it. God is going to expose them. That money where they come and pay and something where they already that are business. The fool, the man going to pay us and get all the warehouse that he built. Let him finish with it. When a man sold potato green to feed him, when we are any of with education, that now if he come and says and give people to warehouse, you're laughing at us. Go on to them.
All right.
Thank you.
Hello.
Good afternoon, Mr. Andrews.
Good afternoon.
Thank you very much. Mr. Andrew, I'm Spencer Mohammed, and I call from my Propo Corner, Down Coast Spoon Hill community. Mr. Andrew, thank you very much. You know, Mr. Andrew, thank you for the many pointers that you just put forth. And I appreciate the way you put it. But in my mind, this is where I will come from. The opposition, in my mind, what the opposition is doing, the opposition is exposing Unity Party so that they can be caught up in a lie of funded allegation against President Weah government. That's why you see today they are covering. The press say different thing. The justice minister will say different thing. The water and sewer man who's supposed to be better with water, the sewer job has now turned to what? Information minister. They are fighting. They are just disjointed in everything that they said yesterday. Everything that was criticized over the years is now being celebrated. Yesterday, yes, we heard that President Weah did groundbreaking going to take place. But today, we see Joe Biden doing the same groundbreaking. Is this not business as usual? Look, Mr. Brown, Mr. Everything these guys did over the last 6 years, they were not real to us. They did it out of hate, envy, and jealousy. That's why you see him today. But Kubakura today, flooding the Capitol building with a surrogate against us to go and what are they going to do? And yes, they criticize RDC.
All right,
but
Chief.
because they didn't do it right, that's why. And thank you very much, Mr. Andrew, for always such an opportunity to make our presence on national issue. But these guys, they did everything out of envious spirit and jealousy. Thank you very much.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Good afternoon, Mr. Maju. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, Mr. Maju. Well, my name is Mohammed Bonzo Fana Jr. Well, I joined a conversation from the Japan field. Mr. Maju, this guy has lost 2029 election. The Labanpu, I already know. That's the only time I call to say this evening. This guy has lost the election. They are so focused in leadership. Thank you for the show.
Okay, Chief. Well, hello.
Yeah, hello, Mr. Andrew.
Yes.
I'm Ibrahim Kamara calling from Freeport. I want to say thanks and bravo to you for educating the Liberia people. Secondly, Mr. Andrew, most of the city lawmakers there don't even know their truth and their don't. Even when the minister then gave information, they can't even challenge the current information minister for them to tell the people that they are lying, but only seek their interest. So I want to rest my case, Mr. Andrew.
Okay, Chief. Thank you for calling. Have a nice weekend. Hello.
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 I'm being called for Tanzania West. When I give me I know the solution are there, the opposition will put their feet on ground. They say work, they are good development work and clean the people. They should not say that in the house. Then other people talking on behalf of the country, other people telling you say, don't can chakra player, don't do totally. I listen to their voice in the house. Opposition will get on work and get on talk for us. They should not say that there. We're begging follow my gay, we're begging and labor to discipline. Now then they hire people and Abu Kamal and then they get on work and talk for us. Now all I get to thank you.
Okay. Hello. Cut your radio off. Cut your radio off.
How you doing?
I'm good.
I'm willing to you, man, calling you for the Carabia. But I said, and you thank you for the topic on the discussion. You said it this morning. You said about a Cornelius Crowd issue when you were reading about the newspaper. You said that whole case, they have been dissolved. The Unity Party will confirm that with more, and our Senate will confirm more. So, if I'm okay, Chairman Scott, as capital paying, anything to the Unity Party for so maybe you are just doing it, or maybe the poor are just doing it because they just want them for them to say, oh, opposition will not talk. By end of the day, that won't be confirmed. Then they postpone it, they're going to do that thing. Maybe Monday or Tuesday when it will come around, when they say that won't confirm.
All right, Chief. The confirmation hearing, I'll get back to the women's line and men's line. You'll keep calling. Just so you know, the confirmation hearing is not designed to deny people. It's not a rigid system. It's not a junta system. No, it's not principally to deny. Confirmation hearing is to give the lawmakers or the senators an appraisal or an understanding of the place you've been nominated, what you know about it, and your plan. That is why when the oath is taken, the person is given the right to unveil the plan they have for that place nominated. It is only when the lawmakers have sensed or the senators have sensed ambiguity or that the nominee cannot convince them of that place that they will raise issues. But it is not intended to deny people. Cornelia Christ's situation, they have not been denying, they can't deny her. No, I think she can convince the people that she knows the place, she has a plan in place. And all of the factors work in her favor. One, she is a lady, a woman, and the government has this women empowerment policy. Two, she got the qualification, the education. Three, her father is in government, is a factor. Four, she is from the ruling establishment, and the Senate is made up, most of the senators are Unity Party supporters. They support the government. And we can go on. There are very many. Everything worked in her favor. So it's not about denying her. What the guys did not like, that's what I'm being told. The way they flooded the ground with people all over the place, disturbing the office, the hearing, the guys' deliberation before they can start her hearing at 2 o'clock, the beating drum all over the place, the screaming, the yelling, the singing, which is wrong. Hello? Cut your radio off, Chief. Cut the radio off.
Hello?
Cut the radio off.
Yeah, radio off. I'm also calling for one letter. The not measure in the house, follow the leg, they talk. The men don't talk. Any person will know who is president. So let us sit out there with a tomato and let it put the all right there. I'm on the point I got to me.
Hello.
Hello, Mr. Andrew.
Yep.
Thank you. This is Edwin J. Swan from District Number 2, Masorado County. Am I on the line?
You on the air? We're waiting for you to speak.
Okay. Thank you for the discussion. You know, the president have urged, and there is no way that correction can be made. The government has shot herself in the legs. Why will Kula Fofana come out to say the speech of this president has already been printed into handbook?
My man, I'm talking about no president speech here. I'm talking about president speech. No, ain't on my talking points. I'm talking, we finished with that thing long time, Chief. Sorry. We finished with a long time. When I'm talking about president's address today. Yeah, we finished with a long time. Maybe you are not following from the beginning of the show. When talk about the president address finished. They say they're investigating. So that's one we're waiting for. If the time pass, nothing happened. 1 week passed, 2 weeks passed. When they said it on when the president delivered to Monday, Tuesday. Okay, so Tuesday they said investigation was going on. So let's take it the week going to an end next week. The following week, we didn't hear anything now, then we can raise concern. But it has already been said that they investigate or they are investigating. So let's leave it as that. Yeah, wait. I talk about that one. I only talk about We Are Returns 2029. Front page Africa profiling him. The government misinformation. The president said the finance minister will look for the money. The justice minister to the same place. Minutes after the president asked the finance minister to look for the money, the justice minister said the money in. They arrest a general budget there. And the police confirming that they have the forensic report of Peter Bond Jala. It's in the country. It's turned over to the relevant authorities. They cannot speak to it. So it means relevant authority in this case is the court, because the matter is before the court. Cornelia Crow hearing postponed. The lawmakers sent it to a date that will be decided by them. It will be decided by them. That's all. So let's have this break. Then we move on. Let's have this break. Philbert Brown wrote something very insightful. Let's have this break first. Then we go home. Very, very, very insightful piece by Philbert Brown. Yeah. Very, very insightful. It needs to be highlighted. But we have to take a break. We have to take a break. I want to get something. All right. Yes. Let's take this break. Let's go. This break, then we get to it. This one is called Political Betrayal.
They stood on podiums, smile sharp like blades.
That's how politicians are.
Market shades, we're with Tenabu, we'll bring him home. As in Namdi Kanu, we never walk alone. Handshakes in Abuja, champagne at night, while chains grew tighter in the DS's light. You sold your brother for a seat at the table, turned freedom to ashes, made justice unstable. Oh, Southeast politicians, wolves wearing lace, you traded our hero for power and grace. You smiled in our villages, you lied to our face. Now Maserati's in prison, disgrace, disgrace, disgrace. Betrayers of the blood, betrayers of the soil, you dine with the devil while our dreams boil. You spoke of rule of law, that phantom decree, a charge she invented no one else could see. Secret trials at midnight, no witness, no proof, while you collected Esther code under the roof. Life imprisonment whispered in corridors deep. Your loyalty was never ours to keep. You wore Ankara, but your hearts wore chains. You bowed in our sorrow while we carried the pain. Oh, Southeast politicians, wolves wearing lace, you traded our hero for power and grace. You smiled in our villages, you lied to our face. Now Maserati's in prison, disgrace, disgrace. Your hands are red, your promise is black. History will curse you, there's no turning back. We trusted your tongues, we believed your tears, but every we're working was a knife in our ears. You feast in the villa while our leader waits. Your children in London are our future erased. Southeast politicians, your names will rise. Every crime you swallowed, every deal you bought. The people remember, the ancestors see. You sentenced our own son for wanting us free. One day the chains will break, the truth will rise, and your thrones will crumble beneath angry skies. You promised us freedom, you delivered in death. Shame on you forever, your betrayal won't rest.
Nice piece. It's called Betrayer, a political song. Philbert Brown wrote this very insightful piece. Let me share with you, and then that will be doing it for today. We can keep it. So, you know, his usual caption, just as I have, we are returns to the presidency 2029, he has this caption, from where I sit. From where I sit. He said, this is how he titled it. Provocation against former First Lady Claire Weir is unacceptable and must be stopped immediately. The provocation against former First Lady Claire Weir must be stopped immediately. It's unacceptable and could be the breaking point for her husband, former President George Weah, and the Congress for Democratic Change. As a crewman, Weah has taken punches graciously against his cruel nature, but every man has a breaking point and limit. History is replete with examples where men have gone to great lengths to protect their families, from ancient warriors like Spartans, who fought fearlessly to defend their families and homeland, to modern-day stories like that of Harrietta Rushwawa, whose husband, Stanley Schumann, was murdered in 1980, leading to a long and bitter struggle for justice. Taking our own setting into consideration, the armed forces of Liberia fought the National Patriotic Front of Liberia with everything they had because their families' lives were at stake. They knew if the Taylor NPFL had entered the BTC barracks, they would have slaughtered their families, including babies. Judging from our most recent past, no one person has superiority over violence. President Boakai's administration should tread carefully with assets recovery boards, Edward Clark Martin's action. Allegations suggest that Martin's pursuit of former First Lady Claire Weah stems from personal differences with former President George Weah, not genuine anti-corruption efforts. Martin's appointment and subsequent payout reportedly facilitated by Minister Nathaniel McGill and Finance Minister Samuel Tuah raised concerns about his impartiality. If true, Martin's action will be a gross misuse of office, prioritizing personal vendettas over national interest. Targeting Claire Weah without evidence undermines trust in Liberia's institution and fuels perceptions of politicized justice. This unprofessional school settling could have dire consequences, deepening divisions and destabilizing the country. The series of provocations, from denying his private jet landing rights to removing his speaker and breaking down CDC headquarters, are pushing Weah's limits. But targeting his family, particularly Claire Weah, is crossing a red line. The CDC is taking note of these atrocities, and angry voices within are calling for action. Weah's restraint is being tested, and it's unclear how much longer he could hold back. The Unity Party must rule with caution and create a peaceful environment, free from harassment and intimidation. The golden rule applies here: do unto others as you will have them do unto you. If the CDC comes back to power in 2029, the tables might turn. Is that what UP wants? The provocation against Claire Weah is real, and it's escalating. The CDC won't take it lying down. There are moments of Weah being urged to act, and others calling for his removal if he doesn't. The writing is on the wall. If the CDC decides to take to the streets, including their executive mansion, no security force can stop them. The UP must heed the warning and stop the witch hunt against Claire Weah. Claire Weah hasn't harmed anyone. She is a former First Lady who received gifts in good faith. The nation demands an end to this provocation and harassment. A stitch in time saves 9. The UP must act now to prevent chaos. Let's prioritize peace and unity, remembering that every action has consequences. The consequences of continued provocation are dire. Liberia can afford another crisis, and its leaders must act responsibly. This is from Philbert Brown, He titled it Provocation Against Former First Lady Claire Weir is Unacceptable and Must Stop Immediately. They set the hearing to quash the motion for February 10th. The lawyers for the foundation move that the subpoena doesn't have any substance, no legal substance whatsoever. It should be quashed. The hearing for that is set for February 10th. That's 2 weeks from now. All right. So with just under 15 minutes to go, let's focus our attention on let's refresh small. Where is it? Well, where is it? Now politics. Oh, I finished with the politics. That different thing I got me to now. I mean, enjoy ourselves. Last month to make some men invest. And when I say some men invest, you already know. Some people already know. mean lovely, me by me. You know, the Chinese mean by me, anyone read. Oh, hello. Yeah, live, oh, live. You never wish evil for your fellow man. Here you go. Yeah, it's not easy. So the draw came out. UEFA Champions League draw came out. Yeah. From suffering to suffering. Amen. The people who beat Real Madrid, send them into playoff, Benfica. Eba, what kind of draw the people did so? Amen. Madrid already dying. Goalkeeper coming from way Tajikistan to score on Real Madrid, to beat them, put them in the small maturing group called playoff. They're going to meet the people again. Amen. No. Here you go. If you are a Real Madrid fan, you got to take, I don't know what kind of tablet I recommend that you take, because the one here, that pressure, your pressure coming go, or some of you ain't get strong resistance, you ain't get strong system, you will be walking on the street, you fall down, you just fit. Ha yaka. You're playing Benfica again. The playoff draw came out. You're listening to it. Monaco versus PSG. Galatasaray versus Juventus. Benfica versus Real Madrid. Benfica versus Real Madrid. Borussia Dortmund versus Atalanta. Quarberg versus Newcastle. Club Brugge versus Atletico Madrid. Bodo Gent versus Inter Milan. Olympiacos versus Bayer Leverkusen. Another interesting spice in this draw. The four Benfica beat Real Madrid that in Benfica home. Benfica playing in the home. Real Madrid going in the people home again. The players, they beat Real Madrid 4 in their home. The draw sent Real Madrid back in Lisbon. Ego. But what can I think here so? What's wrong with the people? Amen. Who can do the draw here so? What can I think here so? It's too frustrating, man. Very, very, very too frustrating. It is very too frustrating. Yeah, man. I don't know why I put my Real Madrid song. I got one song for Real Madrid. Hey, SCB. Madrid fans were wishing us evil. Real Madrid fans were wishing us evil. Real Madrid was first place. First place. Can you imagine? Barca was way down. Madrid fans say they finished carrying La Liga. Not La Liga, but Champions League. Well, anybody saying from Madrid. And Madrid will just be here. And Madrid. And first place. Oh. Boy, you're watching that therefore. The people who are way down, FCB. Barca way down. Madrid fans say, oh, Barca going for playoff. Barca going for playoff. That team was. That thing that Lamine Yamal they depending on. No Lamine Yamal, they can win game. We say we agree. That the team that came from way down, they qualify. FCB. Madrid that were way up. Way up. Way up. They drop way down. What the song say? They say, Jazz, they say, we saw Satan falling. That's how we saw Real Madrid falling. Hey, man. Benfica. Barca played the people. The announcement, our hearts were beating. We were watching the game. Our pressure then were going up. Benfica can get tired. 90 minutes, you can't see the people getting tired. Even when you're watching game, you see your opponent will just be we getting tired. You say, we'll win again. Truly, they can go. But Benfica, I don't know the people they can take in draws. I think FIFA needs to check those people. Or they get medicine men that can be pumping them from their home. The people can get tired. What kind of football team? 11 men on the field, they can get tired 90 minutes. Check. We play a lot of people, our hearts were beating. Some kind of way God help us. Lucky our way we score one goal. That is there. Madrid now, for them to say the people here, they gave Barca a hard time when not easy. And Barca, our big brother in La Liga. If these people, Benfica, can get Barca a hard time, that means the time before Barca manage something and won't go. Then we got to be careful. Madrid fans, oh, we'll be the poor four. We'll be the poor far. Madrid fans say they'll beat the poor 5, they'll beat the poor 6. You say, okay, we're watching a game now. Hey, ain't no time Madrid score. We can't hear our ear again. Then, how they call them? Copenhagen was leading Barca. Copenhagen scored the 40 minutes in a game. And listen, our team, we got to work on that thing. It's not a good record for Barca. Every time a game starts, less than no time, our opponent will score on us first. Then we'll be struggling. It's not good. It tells any team that they can use you anytime. The game against FC Copenhagen was the 5th game. The 5th game. As soon as the game starts, the ball score on Barca. Oh, what can I do so? Then we had to be struggling. But you know, Barca, le CDC, le Barca. And the boy can say, I'm saying the one the people can say, because when they comparing CDC and Barca, there are numbers. And that one is true, it makes sense. CDC get a number. But the one I'm talking about, when I say Barca that CDC are talking about comeback. The comeback that I explained from a political standpoint, from sporting standpoint, that Barca come back. Hey, that the only team in Europe get that record. You score 2 on the people. It's just a matter of time before they equalize, they add, you gone. So they were running all around. We say your leader team. That FC Barcelona yet. Second half, the goals start going in. The water running down the hill. Then the goals were going in. In Lisbon, the goals are going. When we just say, go! What happened? Our Madrid men have Vinicius fighting. Kylian Mbappe fighting. Jude Bellingham fighting. Jude Bellingham, the book. And you know the book? The book of Jude. The book of Jude open fighting. Why? Everybody fighting. They begin a Heno. That one they call Vinicius. And he say he's sour tested. And he say he the next using ball. The beginning say when you finish running all over Mr. Speed, then you get all the ball that go, yeah. The begin handle that one small ball, 18 years old. Handle that one they call Vinicius. 90 minutes, you can't see ball. You start fighting the referee, say you try, get you red card. Can you imagine Real Madrid received 2 red cards? It should have been 4. It should have been 4 red cards. Now, the players that received the red card, they were at Madrid. That February business, I think February 17, Hey, Benfica. Benfica, oh, Benfica, why? Why, Benfica, why? FCB, we playing tomorrow, I think on 1 o'clock, Yeah, we should be playing tomorrow. Yeah, so we're going with beat. Then Madrid will go play in La Liga 2. They will lose. They will beat Madrid. Barca will win. Then we'll move to the Champions League. We're waiting. For all part, we're waiting with big ball. I say, look, that the second season now, you know, that the second season Madrid going for playoff. Last season, they went for playoff. This season, they're going for playoff. And I don't think Madrid, I doubt Madrid will qualify from that playoff. Because this playoff gets so giant. Y'all listen to the names. Listen to the names in the playoff. So giants. PSG, Juventus, Dortmund, Atalanta, Newcastle, Atletico Madrid, Inter Milan, Bayer Leverkusen. That's small many our men finish. Real Madrid finish. Real Madrid going in Europa. Are you Real Madrid fan? Am I where I was just say you can be hauling it? And you can see me when I can wear my baga jersey, my hater, my passing, going. It will get hot on you. You will take it all. You see Madrid and be saying all kind of things. Me, I can talk. I don't get that. A content creator. The fact that they can pay attention on me, it means that I'm attracted. My hair towel on, my jersey, everything we're in the video club. Because we let to watch our game in the era. We go 1 year, the real discussion here and there, the analysis. It can be enjoyable when you're watching game at home. They say y'all will take it or it will get hot or you we say no problem. When you get hot or we'll go home. We'll put cold water or oh, Benfica, my team Benfica. I say Madrid fans now. They begging how they calling Zidane, just so you know, they're talking to Zidane behind the scene. Credible information I'm giving you. Here is it. Here what the plan. Arbeloa is in as caretaker coach to manage the team until the season ends. The plan is if he takes Real Madrid till the end of the season and they win La Liga, he will be commended. But he will not stay on because they didn't see him as the coach that can handle future situation, difficult situation, to take Madrid out. The second thing is, if he does not win a single trophy before then, the second El Clasico coming, if Barcelona beats Real Madrid, his job will start shaking. And if Barcelona goes on to win La Liga and Madrid wins nothing, Arbeloa gone. You'll hear the announcement from Real Madrid that they have contracted the services of Zidane. Zidane on the standby. They want to announce him so quickly so the people will not say, oh, the man, he did it for Madrid, he carried Madrid to this side, and that the only man they depending on nobody, no better coach in their history So they're not rushing. They're giving Arbeloa a chance. In Spain, when Madrid beat Barcelona in El Clasico, it does not trouble Barcelona much. No, it does not. About Barcelona recover, they move on. But when Barcelona beat Real Madrid in El Clasico, my man, as if it can be like funeral in Madrid. Everybody sad, they crying, they vexed. When Real Madrid beat Barcelona, it hurts. But you will not see that pain. You will not see that vexation, that anger. You will not see anything changing in Barcelona. You will not hear the people calling for the dismissal of the coach. You will not hear anything like that. It will just be as normal defeat. They're ready for the next game. But when Barcelona beat Real Madrid, as if in Madrid, as if, I don't know how to describe it, the people can get vexed. Just how the anger in Unity Party people, how the anger can be in Real Madrid fans, Real Madrid officials. Look at the president, Florentino Perez, he can be vexed. But you saw it. You saw what they did to how they call him, Zabi. You saw it. Zabi coaching his Bayer Leverkusen, the team winning, moving from one level to another. To stay there, he said because he played for Real Madrid, so he coming to coach Madrid. We said it. We said, look, the mayor will be sacked. Barcelona will sack him. They thought we were joking. We know how to instruct Madrid to sack their coach, El Clasico. With a football czar, with the El Clasico czar. We know how to beat Real Madrid in El Clasico. The next El Clasico, when Madrid scored 10, we scored 20. When Madrid scored 15, we scored 40. Madrid can never beat Barcelona. Except we know then, that's the only way. I see you. I see you. The boys on next week, yeah? Not next week. We on tomorrow. FC Barcelona playing tomorrow. We win. Real Madrid will go to play. They will beat them. Psychologically, they're down. They're frustrated. They're upset. They know their way out. So, it will play on them. They'll beat them. Barca will win. We're playing on Saturday, and they're playing on Sunday. We're in high spirit. They in dead spirit. If you are a Real Madrid fan, you're following me, you're sorry, but you ain't get more to talk. All the one that I can be doing, all kind of things. I say when Madrid win one game, you just see them on Facebook. Where is Sam Andrews? Where is the Barca man that wear the Barca head tie, the Barca gun? All kind of things they'll be calling me. All my friends there, my Real Madrid friends, they can spread me on Facebook. I just said, I look at it, I say, hey, God. They want them when they tank. So you know what I do? I change my formula and I'm calling names, and I say anything. I just take one of those AR children and be dancing. And you know it? Let me show you one. Then we'll go. One of those AR. I say, let's celebrate. Let me show you one. I think I should have one here. Well, I ain't get time. I just look for those AR girls, you can help Madrid men and bad way, you can help them. I'm calling their name, the way they can treat me. I get on that sportsmanship. So anything they say, they draw me any kind of way, they put my head out there in hand. And you see it? I just bring my leg together, my AR together to this, to provoke Madrid. He said, and you see it? Aha, okay. You can hear the bad way. That's the one I can pull on. I said, my girl, let's celebrate. They want it. At Benfica. And Benfica be there. I said, my oh, God. Yeah, man. Yeah. Yes, yeah. Okay, we want to. Is he my baga again? Baga Benfica. Yes, yeah. Now I can do the Real Madrid fans. I'm calling that name. I'm doing anything. The other one can be calling my name. Oh, what's that, Andrew? Where the Baga man, Baga director? How can I do that here? So when I be there, I go look for my son, my girl. I say, you can. Let's celebrate. Let's help the people to celebrate. Yeah, you see my Benfica girl? When I from Madrid, I brought my girl Benfica. Okay. I see you up there. I see you. The news is all at 6. Please join us for that at 6 o'clock. At 6:15, Isiaka Sharif and Josephine Pello Johnson are in with CDC Hour. And then at 8 o'clock, you know exactly, it's phase, the issues. It's the weekend's presentation, diaspora presentation with Newton Tokba and his guests. The boss takes his weekend break to return on Monday. That's it. If God permits, we're back on Monday. Thank you all for being with us. Great people. So we're leaving the basket with you all. The basket, please. You take care of the basket. Huh? The basket in your care. All of you people, you take care of the basket. You know what it means. From Liberian way, when they say take care. You know what's up. You're dropped in a basket. We're not asking that you're keeping it. When we come next week, by God's grace, Monday, you're taking our basket over to us. We're leaving the basket get keys. There are 2 keys. 0555-885-885. 0777-017-885. That's it. That's it. So that's it. We'll see you. We see this is how we go home. We go home this way.
Jah Rastafari. It's a redemption day.
Wagwan must struggle me.
Wagwan revolution people. Afghan the blue revolution. Are ready? CDC are ready? Let's go. CDC come. CDC come. CDC build. CDC build. CDC ready. CDC ready. Headquarters coming. Oh. Yeah. We building a new home. Let's build. Let's build. The men they want evil, they want make it in one way. Let's build. Let's build. We did it before, and we can do it again. Let's build. Let's build. The men they want evil, they want make it in one way. Let's build. Let's build. We did it before, now we can do it again.